All right, in this video, I'm going to tell you the 4 top worst burial insurance programs out there. So if you're looking for burial insurance on yourself or a loved one like a spouse or a parent, then you absolutely have to listen to this video. My name is David Duford, owner of BuyLifeInsuranceForBurial.com, where we help people find high-quality, final expense burial insurance coverage. And the topic of today's video is giving you the 4 most problematic, worst burial insurance programs out there. Most likely you're inundated by television ads and junk mail constantly telling you how their burial insurance program is absolutely the best program that's ever been created. Well, of course, that's usually not the case. They're trying to sell you something after all, and the fine print many times tells you something entirely different. Well, in this video today, I'm going to exactly give you the 4 things that predicate whether or not the burial insurance program you're looking at is actually something you should consider or run away from, and what to look for instead to make sure that you give yourselves the best options for burial insurance coverage. Okay, so the first thing on the list is the kind of burial insurance coverage that doesn't cover for the first 2 years. Most likely you've seen advertisements from Colonial Penn. That was the company that the now deceased Alex Trebek endorsed. And Colonial Penn, while it's a great company, commonly advertises a program called Guaranteed Acceptance Life Insurance Programs. Here's how this program works. It's very simple. Guaranteed Acceptance Life Insurance Program from Colonial Penn, bottom line, says it eases your burden of final expenses with this popular plan featuring permanent coverage that can last your lifetime that you won't be turned down to for your health. Once insured, your rates will never go up. And one of the biggest things about this is that the medical requirements section here says you cannot be turned down because of your health. Watch what the fine print on the screen here says, because it's entirely the big problem, I think, with many people getting these plans not realizing there's something better. And here it is. Under the medical exams requirements on their insurance page, you cannot be turned down because of your health. We guarantee acceptance because of a 2-year limited benefit period. This is a permanent whole life insurance with no questions asked and no physical to take. Now you're probably asking, what does that mean? No 2-year full coverage, limited coverage. Well, what that translates into is that if you die by natural causes in the first 2 years of any sort with a Colonial Penn Guaranteed Acceptance Life Insurance Program, only what you paid into it plus interest is paid out to your beneficiary. Now, you probably know people in your life that were healthy one day and died the next. And of course, we don't expect ourselves to be in this position, but think about it. Can that happen to you? If it can happen to somebody else, it might be able to happen to you. So if you're in a position to get fully covered and not wait 2 years for natural death protection, why would you do it? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want my mom to do it. And that's my point. While Colonial Penn is an excellent program, the problem with it is that it's a 2-year waiting period program. And the likelihood is high, although I couldn't promise you just on video here, I have to look at your health, etc. But the likelihood is high that you'll be able to qualify for something better than a 2-year waiting period on natural death coverage. There are many companies that we offer at BuyLifeInsuranceForBurial.com that will give you first day full coverage for natural death, even with a host of health history issues like cancer, diabetes, heart problems, mental health issues, and so on. So don't cut yourself short. Avoid going the route of forcing yourself or a loved one having to have a 2-year natural death restriction of coverage, full restriction, and get, if you can qualify for it, first day full coverage. Okay, the second kind of burial insurance coverage you should absolutely avoid, that's the worst, is the kind of burial insurance coverage that cancels. Now let's think about that. Why would we want a policy that cancels? I mean, do we know when we're going to die? No. Does anybody know when they're going to die? Absolutely not. There are actual burial insurance programs, as I'm going to show you in just a moment, from reputable companies that are designed to cancel once you reach a certain age. And if you reach that age and you're still kicking, you're above ground, guess what? all of that money you paid in is completely the company's. You don't get it back, and you have absolutely no coverage whatsoever. So now, who may be the biggest company that offers these, what we call term life insurance, burial insurance programs, that is well-known, well-regarded, and that you get in your junk mail probably on a weekly basis? Well, let me go ahead and show you. I'll check it out here. It's our good old friend, AARP, looking after elderly people, partnering with New York Life Insurance. It's the AARP life insurance program from New York Life Insurance with their level benefit term life insurance. One thing, guys, whenever you see the term term, think terminating coverage. Literally, when you buy a term policy, it's going to terminate sometime in the future. And ask yourself, are you going to live before or die before or after that term policy ends? And if the answer to that is, I don't know, or hopefully after, then why do you have a term policy to pay for your burial insurance anyway? It's kind of crazy, right? So back to the screen here. Real simple. The big gotcha clause here is coverage protection that can last to age 80. Here's the thing about the existence of people these days. We have great medical services. We have new technology in prescription and health. Life is being extended. People are living on average longer than ever before, with women now living longer than the age of 80, and then men pretty close there too, if not slightly longer. And here's my point. If you get a plan like this, like a term insurance plan that cancels at 80, you got about a 50% shot, although nobody can tell for sure, a 50% shot that you're going to outlive it. You're taking a gamble when you buy a term plan like this. Isn't it obvious? Because you might outlive it. The point of burial insurance should be permanent protection, the kind that never cancels due to age or health. Why take a chance on getting coverage and then losing it when you most need it, when you don't have to? Okay, so number 3 burial insurance program to avoid is the kind of coverage that goes up in price. You're probably on a fixed income or a tight budget. Most people I help with their final expense coverage are, or maybe you just don't want to be taken for a ride and, buy a plan that's going to come back to bite you. So a lot of these burial insurance programs out here actually have already written in the policy the ability to have price increases as you age. And the problem with that is people get into their retirement years, their income is lower, and their rate of increase on their Social Security or retirement plans usually never outreaches what the rate of increase on these insurance plans are. And I'm going to point out one that's pretty popular now. A lot of you get their junk mail and see television ads about them that have price increases every 5 years. So let's go to the screen and I'll show you. All right, guys, so the company is Globe Life Insurance. You probably have heard of them before. The old $1 buys $50,000 in coverage or whatever the offer is. You can see here this is also term life insurance. So remember the policy that terminates. We learned that earlier. We're actually on their website to get a quote. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab a pretend quote here just to demonstrate my point. If we select adult life insurance, and of course, my name is Mickey Mouse, we're going to go ahead and submit for a quote. We're just going to do adult life insurance. And then they're going to make us do all this crazy stuff. And then we're here at the quote screen. I've got my birthday is January 1st, 1950. So I'm 70. Yeah, 70 at the recording this. Continue quote. And then you're at this screen. We're going to click on get here to read policy description. Let's read what the old fine print says. This is a modified premium term to age 80 product. Remember, just like we said, term terminates, and what Globe is saying here on a screen is that their plan not only goes up in price, which we'll get to, but terminates at age 80 if that wasn't enough reason not to get a burial insurance plan that cancels, right? Continuing, the initial term period can either be 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5 years in duration, depending on the issue age. All renewal term periods begin at a 5-year plus 1 age, and will be at 5 years in length except for the final term. The final 4-year period, which will always begin at age 76, will expire and the policy will terminate at the age 80. Now, here's the thing, guys. This term period is where the price increases happen. This is where the rates go up. So they start low. They certainly don't start $1, but they get higher as your age hits. They demonstrate this below and then tell you that the last rate increase hits at 76 before it cancels on the anniversary following the insured's 80th birthday. So why is this a problem again for seniors? Because most of them are on a fixed income. And what you find happen with a lot of these companies that have escalating premiums is that the rate of increase, the jumps in the premium prices get way bigger as you get older. At the time you probably most need it, there are so many seniors that are forced to drop these kinds of plans because they simply can't afford it on a fixed income. It's crazy. This is why I believe I would never let my clients buy a term policy with escalating premiums because this is what happens. So many people who need coverage have to let it go because they just simply don't have an option at this point. So this is why I think rate increases on life insurance are bad news. What's the best thing you should do? Get a plan with a level premium that never goes up, the kind that is as certain as the sunrise. It's the exact same from the moment you buy it to the last breath of air that you take. That's the one you know that's going to fit your budget and be more predictable and be more certain and give you the kind of peace of mind that you're looking for. Okay, so the last kind of company, burial insurance company you should absolutely avoid is the overpriced burial insurance company. There's all sorts of companies out there that you've probably gotten junk mail for, that are on TV, that you've had agents randomly show up at your house, that are peddling overpriced life insurance policies, while will in some cases cover you and do the job, will take more money to actually afford than many competitively priced, highly rated companies that will do exactly the same thing, but give you more bang for your buck, more coverage for every premium you put in, or will do the same thing for a lot less. Again, why is this a big deal? Why should you care? Because at the end of the day, whole life is what we call a commodity. As long as you qualify for all of the programs, then your job is to get the best value of coverage. And in my mind, that usually means the best price of coverage. Most of these companies that are out there are highly rated. They've been around a very long time. They have what's called state reserve requirements to protect against if the company went bad, to protect you, the policyholder. So really what it comes down for me is making sure I get my client the best price and coverage combination and not to rip them off. Again, most people, maybe you out there that are watching, are on a fixed income. Why in the world would you want to spend more than you have to? And that's how the insurance business is when it comes to burial insurance. You should be looking for the best combination of which company gets you the best coverage, hopefully from the first full day for natural death coverage, as well as the best combination of pricing, making sure whatever it is that you want, you get the most out of it. If this doesn't happen and you buy a plan when you're on a very limited income, you could see a huge difference in your day-to-day and month-to-month living expenses. That is completely unnecessary. So bottom line here, the 4 worst burial insurance programs. Avoid them at all costs. Avoid the plans with a required 2-year waiting period on your natural death. Avoid the plans that terminate at a later age when you probably need the plan the most. Avoid the plans that force you to swallow a huge price increase when you can't afford it. And certainly avoid those plans that overcharge you and take you for granted and make you spend too much in your premium dollars for coverage. Instead, what should you do? You should reach out to me. I am an expert in the burial insurance arena. I've been doing this since 2011. I've helped people across the country, coast to coast, with their burial insurance needs, and we can help you from the comfort of your own home and qualify you for a program in many cases that's easily affordable, that gets the job done, and gives you the kind of peace of mind you deserve. So let me tell you exactly what to do. You got 2 options here. You can go to buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. Check us out, learn more about what we have to offer, and when you're ready, click the Get Quote Now on the side of your screen or at the top of your phone, or you can go ahead and call us directly if you just want to jump right into it and go to call 888-626-0439. You'll either speak to myself or one of my friendly representatives. Tell them what you're looking for. They'll run quotes for you, and if it sounds good, great. We'll be happy to help you out. My name is David Duford. Again, go to buylifeinsuranceforburial.com to check out what we have to offer. Just call us at 888-626-0439. Thanks for watching. Bye.